and I work with VoIP. Is a company that we work with online telephony, virtual telephony. And I'm single. I have no kids. I just have a dog. And I've been here in TalkNTalk since February last year to English. I start in July Spanish. And one day I also would like to be here to practice my French skill speaking because I like it. Idioms in general for me is a pleasure to practice, to be in contact every day. And related to the first question, living 1 week, I think 1 week it's okay because I remember some years ago when my cell phone broke, I spent some months without the telephone because I am employed in that era, and I must to being late to I've buy a new one, and I spend a little. Some months without. And I think 1 week is okay. It's not the end of the world, just 1 week. Plus than 1 week, I think nowadays I think it's more difficult to lead without smartphones.
Great. And do you have a special reason for that, like social medias, bank accounts?
Yeah, I think the main reason is the YouTube to I use YouTube a lot to be in contact with idioms. I like to read in ChatGPT. I use the ChatGPT to read texts. And I like Facebook is my main social media that I like to use. And the news about everything I read on Facebook, and I use every day. And WhatsApp to chat with my friends, my online friends too. And I think that's it. I think because the YouTube is so hard for me to live without my smartphone nowadays because of the YouTube. I can't to access the YouTube on the PC, but it's not all the time that I've excited to open my PC just to watch videos. I don't like to watch videos on PC, just on my cell phone. I think is more appropriate to me nowadays.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah, I think it's more easier.
Hey, Danilo, good evening.
Yes, good evening, everybody.
Is everything good?
Everything is good with me and you?
Great, thanks.
Okay.
Welcome aboard. Tonight we are discuss about life without a smartphone. And can you introduce yourself, please?
I'm Danilo. I'm from Angola. I live with my kids and I work with in telecommunication field. I live in Luanda. I speak Portuguese.
Great.
Great.
Is Portuguese an official language in Luanda or
Yes,
it
yes,
or
yes,
yes?
yes.
Oh,
We are
interesting.
brother.
Great.
Yeah.
Amazing. And Danilo, can you imagine living 1 week without your cell phone?
1 week
Yes, is it possible?
is impossible because I do everything with my cell phone. For me, it's impossible to live without my cell phones
Yes, do you have a special reason like
because
social medias, bank accounts, YouTube like Álvaro?
especially with YouTube, I used to watch some videos in YouTube. Do also many research on YouTube. Is for me is everything. YouTube is everything for me. It's impossible to live without.
Oh, great. I got it. And Álvaro, what would be the hardest thing to give up? Social media, messaging, or navigating apps?
Yeah, I think messaging is okay for me to give up because I remember when my WhatsApp blocked my number, I spend some time without messaging to the others because with my virtual friends, I have a platform games on my PC that I can communicate with them, and the main focus is not on the smartphones. And my friends here in my city, I could to chat with them presential. And yeah, the hardest I think is the social media like Facebook and YouTube, like I mentioned before, because YouTube I use to practice my French every day. It's so important uh, for moi, for
Yeah.
me, yeah. Uh, it's it's so important for me. And yeah, it's the hardest is because the YouTube. And because I like technology in general. I like smartphones, and I like to use it to grab my smartphone and use. For me is so amazing, and I really like it. Um, the device, the object smartphone, I like, and yeah, I think that's it.
Great. It's okay. I totally understand you, Alvaro, when we talk in many different languages, there is a time that our brain just do not have idea about what he's talking. Last year, I was focused on learning French. So it was really hard to me being here talking English because every time my mind just comes French, French, French. So it was a
Mm.
little bit strange in here. It is immersion. So I totally understand you. And what about you, Danilo? What would be the hardest thing to give up social media messaging or navigating apps?
Social media. Social media for me is not very important like YouTube channel. So to give up social media, it is it's not a difficult idea to make.
Oh, great. And you you said that you use a lot YouTube in your cell phone. And do you use the TV app as well to watch YouTube by TV?
No, 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 no. YouTube I used to to search some videos, to watch also some videos or video lessons. That's what I used to do in YouTube. For me, it's very important not to close the YouTube, but you can also close those social media like WhatsApp and so on, TikTok and Facebook. But for me, the most important of all things is YouTube. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because I also watch a lot of videos on YouTube, but the main um I don't know, the main Jesus, the main source of it is my TV because I watch a lot of videos on TV. So when I'm here using my computer, I'm studying, I'm working, I'm doing some projects. I do not watch YouTube. So when I go to the couch, I sit there and I start to watch videos on YouTube, but in my computer or cell phone, it's difficult to me. And Alvaro, do you think cell phone make us more productive or more distracted?
Yeah, about this question, I think it depends of the age, the moment of life of a person. For example, I think for children and teenagers is very, very distracted. Mainly to the children is absolutely distracted for them. And I think to adults and young adults is more productive. A lot of them work with smartphones and create spend their creation being creative using smartphones and being more productive. And I think with the elders is more dangerous because I think elders is more propense to trust and to believe in a lot of things that is fake. And I think the youngers have a better notion what is fake, what is not. And I think especially with the AI, I think it's so difficult to explain to the elders that's not real. And they believe and share a lot. Elders are like to share everything that arrive for them, and I think it's very dangerous for them. Yeah, and to children, to children, I think is dangerous too. Children with smartphones, I think um, I think it's dangerous sometimes.
Yes, and I think last week my mother complains about my father because he watched videos all night long. So he basically do not sleep. He sleeps during the morning, the afternoon, but at night he just watches videos. He doesn't sleep. So she was complaining to me about it. Yeah, and I totally agree with you about it. And what about you, Danilo? Do you think cell phone make us more productive or more distracted?
More productive. Um, um, Especially those who use the cell phone to work. Um, it make us more productive, but some children uh, um, it make them more distracted, especially those who are under 15. Uh, Cell phone is very dangerous for us. So it's better not to it's better to stop giving cell phones to children under 15.
Okay. And do you use a specific app to be more productive?
There are many apps to be more product. Uh, I forget right now which are those apps, but there are many products to make us product. It make us it help us to plan our daily routine, and yeah.
Great. And Alvaro, what activities would you probably do more often without a cell phone?
Yeah, I think he play on PC and watching TV. I was also keen to watch more TV if I don't using my phone. Lying without, well, just relaxing without doing anything. And enjoy the free time looking at the moon and to the sky, just dreaming. And I don't know, I think ride a bike and join the services on my house. I think listening music, some music in a radio that is smartphone is we don't listening by a smartphone. I think from the radio or another Alexa, for example. I think this type of activity because I don't like
Things.
to, yeah, to read books, for example. I don't like it, and yeah, I think it's more common to play on computer and watching TV.
It seems like without cell phone, you would be another person.
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
And what about you, Danilo? What activities would you probably do more often without a cell phone?
Without telephone, uh, maybe make exercise. Yeah.
Yes, practice physical activities.
Practice
It's
activities, daily activities for me. I can do it without cell phones.
Do you prefer indoor or outdoor activities?
Outdoor activity for me are the best.
Amazing. Great. I agree with you. I like a lot outdoor activities.
because
And
because I like to
Danilo,
be in contact with nature.
yes. Do you like to running, walk?
Running, walking with my friends, with my brother also. It's very good to walk and to see the nature. For us, is very productive and good also.
Yes, like having a picnic with friends. Great. And Alvaro, do you think children should grow up without cell phones?
Yeah, I think should. I don't like the idea that of I have a um sobrinho, I forgot the name. To
Matthew?
Nephew.
huh? Hi, Anifel, that
Yeah.
spend all the time using watching TikTok and other short and fast videos on smartphone, and I don't like this idea. I think children could do more activity outside playing, um, and being creative using other type of objects, not the smartphone. I don't like the idea to spending too much time using smartphones. I think they should grow up without smartphones, doing other
Mhm.
activities.
Okay. And Alvaro, do you think that today is as safe as the past to children play at the street? Like when I was a kid, I
Uh,
used it to play with other kids at the
hmm
street out of
uh,
my house.
yeah, it's a hard question. I think in the past is more safe than nowadays to playing outside with friends. I have a childhood that I've played a lot in my street, in my neighborhood, with a lot of other children, and never happens bad things with us. And I think it's a better era than nowadays. I think nowadays is more dangerous.
Yes, and as I said, you live in the countryside, so it's easier to have a better uh, a better life in your neighborhood. And good. And what about you, Danilo? Do you think children should grow up without cell phones?
Uh, they should, but sometimes you have to give the cell phones, especially the tablets and also other gadgets to do their homework in school, especially. But in general, I think they shouldn't grow with cell phones.
Yes, there are some school activities or
Exactly.
even sometimes their parents they need to clean the house, cook some food. It's harder to have time to take care of your home and at the same time take care of the kids. So I totally understand when there's a time that the parents need to put the kids in a cell phone. I know that it's not the best thing of life, but this is the real life.
Yeah, exactly.
And Alvaro, have you ever tried a digital detox? And how was the experience?
I never tried it, but I had a mandatory detox when the energy falls down, and I spend all the day without without energy here, electricity here in my house, and I felt boring without anything to do because I don't have had any internet or to watch TV or anything without electricity. I couldn't to watch TV to play video game or using my phone because without internet on my phone, and yeah, I felt very boring without anything to do, like a homem da caverna. Yeah, I don't like it too much now. I think nowadays is difficult if compare with the past.
And what activities do you like to do when you do not have energy at home?
Yeah, I like it to relax in the rede, I don't know the name, rede that I have here in my house. Playing with my dog on my jardim, on my I forgot jardim and
Garden?
garden. Yeah, playing with my dog on the garden and go to some place to ice cream store or in some friend's house to distract this type of things, I think.
A lot of things. So
Yeah,
yeah, but I totally understand you that it it's hard to I think it's hard to us do not have this kind of entertainment, TV, cell phone, and laptop. And I put this question because today it's something that I'm trying to do, especially at the weekends that I don't need to work. So, like someday, I just I'm trying to turn off my cell phone to have more time with my Kindle, with a book, with my husband. So I'm trying to at least a little bit at this digital detox. And what about you, Daniela? Have you ever
I
tried
never
it?
experienced the digital detox. It's my first time that
No.
that I listen this word. Never experienced. Yeah.
Yes. And have you ever tried something similar?
No, no, never.
No.
No.
Like, I don't know, a day without cell phone, half a day without cell phone, a day without YouTube. Have you ever tried something like this?
No, no. I use it every
And you
day.
do not
YouTube,
intend.
cell phone. Yeah, every day I use it.
Okay, okay. And Alvaro, in which situation do you think cell phones are absolutely necessary?
I think when travel to another city, I think smartphone is very necessary to access the map, to to pay the things and chat with the others. I think it's so important um, to be upgrade with your family if you are in another city. And sometimes in work, um, for people that work with smartphone, I think it's so necessary and facilitates a lot. And to learn idioms, I think is a very good friend. The smartphone is a good friend to learn idioms.
Good, good. Do you use a specific app to learn languages with your cell phone, like
Yeah,
Duolingo, Busuu?
no, no, Duolingo. Busu, yeah, yeah, I love Busu. Duolingo, I don't like it.
I have problems with Duolingo.
I don't like Duolingo, sorry, who likes, but it's not my key. I try Duolingo to English, Duolingo to Spanish, I don't like it. And Busu, I love it. I doing using Busu, studying with Busu to French nowadays. I did to English and Spanish all the Busu. I completed all the um, all the subjects, and I using Learn in my smartphone. It's based on English is the base to learn French. I use Learn and the Google Translate all the time. I forgot some words or I've been curious to learn some words. I just use my Translate to ask to search and find the specific words. And ChatGPT too.
Interesting. Personally, I do not like using the Google Translate when I'm interested in a vocabulary. I always use the reversal context. That's an app that give many different situations where we can use that word because we know that sometimes this the same word um, the same word mean different things. So I like to use reversal context because of this. I have different context about the same vocabulary.
Mm. What app do you use?
Reversal context.
Can you put on the chat for us?
Yes. Uh,
Thanks.
and what about you, Danilo? In which situation do you think uh, in which situations do you think cell phones are absolutely necessary?
To speak with my friends, with my family. I use every day cell phone to work, uh, to search something on the internet, uh, to make some pictures when I want, and to do many things. It's impossible for me to live without cell phones. This time, 24/7, I use my cell phone.
What do you want to say about this timing? Like this moment for this life?
I use cell phones to search something. Uh, I already installed the this app in my cell phone, app from Talk and Talk. I use cell phone to make some immersion Talk and Talk. So it's impossible to live without.
Yes. Uh, we have a lot of different dependence on cell phone, like bank accounts, communications. It's really hard to spend the time without cell phone, I guess, because yeah, many different reasons. And Alvaro, do you think people are more present when they do not use their cell phones?
Yeah, I think so. Especially when you hang out with friends. I don't like to using my cell phone when I'm in some venue with my friends. I don't like to use, but they all everyone like to use. It's not my case, but my friends like to use their smartphones, and they when they is not using, I think it's better. I think I feel they more present to keep a conversation with them. I don't like to communicate with a friends that using a smartphone at the same time. I don't like it. Uh, and I think it's more polite when you are hung out and don't use your smartphone just in emergency situation. And if you just like to keep on your smartphone, it's better you stay in your home and using your smartphone. If hang out is not the main idea, I guess. I don't like this idea to using, and I think people are more present without.
Yes, I totally agree with you. Sometimes
Yeah,
I'm dinner with a friend and we are talking about different situations, and it's strange when we are discussing about something and someone is using the cell phone. Yeah,
yeah.
it's uncomfortable.
It's a strange situation when we are with friends. It's better to talk with friends, not to use our cell phones. It's a strange situation because we have only that moment to talk and to share so many things with friends and to keep straight to our friends. It's a moment. It's a moment for us to share. It's not a moment
Yeah,
to speak in the telephone, to use the cell phones. If you want to use your
yeah.
cell phone, go to your house. Don't talk with your friends, especially when you are out of house.
Yes, and there are situations like
Moments with friends are very important in our life.
yeah, they are very special and they are feel. Uh, Today we have a lot many different things to do: work, study, take care of a home, take care of herself. So have a time to our friends. I think it's
You see,
time
you
to
see,
our friends, not to the cell
Leo.
phone.
You see, Leo. We are talking here in the talk and talk. We are not using our cell phones. We are talking about so many topics, but we are not using our cell phone. It's the most important is to keep concentrating our conversation. You see?
Yes, and I think it's really important to keep a conversation, and especially when we are learning a new language. I think
Exactly.
it's really complicated, like distractions to this isn't a good idea. And Alvaro, do you think people are more, no, would you feel more free or more anxious without your cell phone?
Yeah, I think depends of the time. Sometimes I feel free to don't using the technology all the time, and sometimes I separate a time to don't use the technology and doing other things, and I feel free. But if I lost the internet, for example, I feel very anxious to don't to can't use my phone when I without data and without internet at the same time. I feel anxious to can't use my phone to do a lot of things that I just use with internet. I feel very anxious. The both is depend of the situation.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
one situation that makes me feel a lot of anxious without cell phone is go to the gym without cell phone. To me, it's impossible. I hate and do not listen to music when I doing some physical activities. I hate so much. So,
But
uh,
uh, you don't like the random music from the Jean?
No, I do not like the random music. I do not like, uh, to me, to be very honest, I do not like to go to the gym. So when I go, I need something that I like so much that kind of balance that moment in my life. So when I'm listening to music, I'm trying to focus on the music and not on the physical activity. So for this reason, to me, it's essential to listen to music during physical activities.
Oh,
And what
good.
about you, Danilo?
It's complicated to let's seven question.
Question number 10.
10. Yeah. When uh, I'm not using my cell phone, I can, especially when I'm studying, or uh, doing exercise. I feel free. I feel free because cell phone, I can leave my cell phone in my house and go doing some exercise no problem. No problem. Yeah.
Yeah, totally different from me. It's interesting. Good, good. And Alvaro, how would the traveling be different without a cell phone?
Think it's be more dangerous and boring because you need your smartphone to take pictures of the picturesque places that you've been visiting in a travel. I think it's so important take pictures, and I think it's important to communicate with your family and asking to apply apps like Uber and to locomotate yourself to the places. You need a smartphone to call the Uber, and I think it is I think it's important to have a smartphone in traveling.
Yeah.
I think we can use a navigate between places. I think we can use something like this in that sentence.
Hmm.
I'm yes, and to me, I think the hardest part with it would be live without Google Maps. It could be terrible to me because I'm kind of lost person. So I need to use Google Maps wherever I go. So if I go to, I don't know, to any place here in São Paulo, I use Google Maps to understand what bus I needed to take, how much I needed to walk, and the directions, of course. So to me, I think the hardest part it would be without maps. But I don't know if it could be interesting or not being without cell phone. And sometimes I think that traveling with a cell phone kind of make us want to share things a lot. And I don't know, we do not have the full experience because we are a lot of concerned, wanted to share everything. I don't know, I'm just thinking about. And what about you, Danilo?
It's
How would the
impossible.
traveling be?
It's impossible for me to traveling without cell phone. It would be a disgrace for me. How can I share? How can I? I'm going to share pictures with my friends and my brothers. Impossible without cell phone. It's impossible to live, to travel without cell phone. No question for me. Oh, I go with cell phones, or I don't go. It's better stay home.
Jesus, great.
Yeah.
And uh, we are talking about taking pictures, like using cell phone, but you guys have never used like that old camera that we need to uh I don't know the name, reveal the picture days and days ago. Like I don't like
I used this type of camera the last time in 2013 when I traveled to Porto Seguro, Bahia. The old camera, I forgot the name too. I think smartphone replaced this type of cameras.
yeah. Yeah, I do not remember when was the last time that I used that kind of camera, but yeah, maybe trying to exchange cell phone for digital cameras. I don't know. And Alvaro, no possible. And Alvaro, do you think a life without cell phone is realistic in today's world?
I think not, especially because the smartphone replaced, like I mentioned it, a lot of things, a lot of devices that you used it before, being replaced by smartphone, and this object very, very important for our reality nowadays. And I think it's not possible living without. Just the children, babies, and toddlers could be without living without smartphones nowadays. And some elders that is not used to use the smartphones.
Yes, and you said it, and it reminds me that we have many different uh, functions using a cell phone, like camera, and audio, and telephone. I think the telephone is the one that we do not use almost. We
Yeah, it's the
almost do not
less.
use.
Yeah, you use everything.
Listen to music
I
also.
s- yeah, I spent a lot of some years in my life. I don't activate my ship in my smartphone. I don't like to call with the others and receive calls. I use my smartphone for everything, less the call to the others.
Jesus Christ, though.
It's because of it that my WhatsApp being blocked in the last year.
Come on. Yes, so it's the cell phone definitely replaced many different uh devices. Yes. And what about you, Daniel? What do you think?
I share the same thoughts as Álvaro. It's the same. It's impossible.
It's
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 impossible
impossible.
to live without cell phones. In everyday life and nowadays, it is impossible.
Yeah,
Yes,
if you don't use if you don't use your smartphone, if you don't use smartphone, you use another thing like a tablet, like a laptop, or another device that you can use the social medias and the other things like you do in smartphone. You will replace with another device.
yes. So, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. It was really interesting discuss about it with you all. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. Álvaro, Danilo, have a good weekend. Enjoy and see you next Friday.
I see
Okay?
you guys.